teams sit in the bottom three, but only one can make it out. It's Vega versus Machine Soldiers Academy. And Squishy, how what is the saying? How hard do the champions fall? Because
Yeah,
that has what's been happening for Machine Soldiers. But welcome, ladies, gents, and non-binaries to Talent League R6 Season 7, Week 6, the final day of this play day. And I'm Wumby, joined by my co-caster Squishy. And how are you doing today, Squishy?
I'm doing phenomenal, mate. It's been a good day, and since what I saw from Maestro Esports on Wednesday, it's a phenomenal game. So good to lead off that, and for CMS full season six champions, and now next season teams disbanded. Bit of a shaky roster coming up against Vega Esports, which was recently known as MDS. And they were in the minor league. Recently got moved up from last season, but apart from that one bit, I'm feeling good, man. I hope there's going to be some class plays, some one taps to get hyped about as usual from me. But Mummy, how are you feeling? What are you expecting from today's game?
Really know what I'm expecting for neither one of these teams. It hasn't been a fairy tale start for Machine Soldiers again. They've lost like half of their team, four
Mm,
players to be exact. And Vega Esports, they've just been promoted up into major leagues.
yeah.
Stuff happens to teams like that. It reminds me a lot
Mm,
of like the Premier League when Norwich get
yeah.
promoted and then they just get knocked down immediately. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's not talk about my soccer fantasies. Let's go ahead and go into the map bans. But before we go into the map bans, let's talk about the staff vote and the community vote. Starting off with the Zap votes. I'm involved in those staff votes, and for this game, I actually did vote for Machine Soldiers just because of the fact that they haven't lost a game all season. They've just been drawing, but onto the percentages and what it looks like on our side of things. 13% of the staff have voted for Vega, 87% voted for MS, and I'm guessing Squishy, you're one of the 87%.
I'm on the 87% because I'm basing it off. I know it's a shaky roster, but based off the fact it was all last season of them. They did win the Champion Series, and although most of their players have a, I don't know, it's just a bit shaky roster. I think they've asked to come back. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I have seen MS, and I'm betting on that fact. And considering that also the standings they're above Vega, so gotta put your money on that as well. But I mean, 30%, I believe that is. I don't know who that is. It's tripping. 0% withdrawal. Oh, two Vega. So he's got his hope in Vega. He's always two man. But yeah, 0% draw. I don't think it's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be one team dominating, or it might get close to it comes to the last round. But I think for the first map, one team's gonna be on it more than the other, like we saw yesterday.
Yep. Community vote also before we go into the map bans and then we'll go straight into those. 56% have voted for Vega to win, so obviously it is the complete opposite of what we have in a stat vote. A lot of people think that Vega will win, and then 40% have voted for MS, and then a 4% think that this will be a draw. So like you said, you think it'd be a complete stomping. The community seems to think so, but for Vega instead of MS. But let's not talk too much about the community votes because the players are ready. So we're gonna go head straight into the map bans, and then we'll head straight into our first maps. Our first map is going to be Villa, followed by Oregon. But as you guys can tell by the map bans, Theme Park was actually the last to go. So we could have gotten Theme Park today, but Machine Soldiers said, nope, nope, we're not.
Well,
And they picked
yeah.
Oregon instead.
I would have wanted theme park to be honest, but I mean Villa's a good shout. I haven't seen Villa a lot on my behalf, and heading straight into it, Vega up against the recent champions, Machine Soldiers. I have a feeling I'll be getting their name wrong. Machine Soldiers, like I'll say like machine. I'll just say it wrong like last time, but either way, straight to the band. Mira's probably gonna fall, possibly Valkyrie. The amount of C4 you can have from beneath Thatcher on the same side as well, and possibly I don't know Thatcher and possibly Jackal for the Rome game, but I'm not sure. Wemby, what are you expecting about attack? Jackal or Flores possibly?
I think Flores makes a lot of sense. Jackal is obviously really, really powerful in this map just because of the potential for roaming. I
Mm,
also wouldn't be surprised to see a hard breacher fall like a Maverick. And I've
okay.
also seen plenty of finger bends on this map. And to be honest with how powerful she is, especially when you get a look at her win delta, it makes a lot of sense on that end as well.
Yeah, it's a very common operator. I think making her way back with the finger boost, the self revive as well. Just and the two nades as well, and the entry protection you have there is very vital for a team. And Adrian is obviously a thinker main, so that is an unfortunate for him. But Also, Mute falling, Valkyrie expected, but the Mute not expected that much, considering the fact that his breach denial got absolutely annihilated. Uh, I don't really see that being that often, but obviously SMG11 and the shotgun and the C4 is a dangerous combo. But I guess Mute will fall and we won't see any of those SMG plays unless it's on smoke. Aviator Games will be the first place which MS will head to. They will have a smoke in hand, so SMG11 probably playing behind that shield on top main. If I'm gonna have a gas behind those ADSs, in front of the behind those ADSs, and seeing if it's gonna be inside of Vega, a study or like a main study library take, or if it's gonna be on the other side, Master Trophy Deer. We don't really see that often, might be. Don't really see the Master Statue Trophy side coming from when they're attacking Aviator Games, but it can work, especially when you get Vault Wall open with an Acer and a Hibana. It can go to their side very well, and as someone does not have an SSD, will be waffling for a bit longer before the first round.
I think that is so, I downloaded Siege on my HDD, but it doesn't load this slowly, so I don't know what the issue is. Anyways, yeah, more on the mute ban just a little bit. I think the main reason why is because probably Vega have had a run in with mute, obviously, and just don't really screw with the operator. Obviously, he's not really used for hard breach denial anymore. It's more on the intel side where he's like
Attackers
really
need to
really good
locate
at
and
denying
defuse a bomb.
information for the attackers, and on a map as big as Villa, information is key.
Yeah.
Intel, a lot of teams work off of intel. A lot of the times on this map, it's very crucial for attacking teams, especially when they're trying to take a certain part of it. So I'm not too vexed about the new ban. It is
Bomb located
uncommon,
by
yes,
attackers.
but it makes sense in the scheme of things for Vega if they've had issues with intel gathering before.
Yeah, it's also developing ban alongside it. It's
10
kind of
seconds
like
left before
a
insertion.
counter ban, I would say, as because A, it stops it. Mute,
5 seconds to
the
insertion.
ban from Vega Esports stopped the attackers from getting intel,
Attackers are moving
and
to defuse the
MS
bomb.
said, "All right, if you don't get intel, you don't get intel either." And Val doesn't. I mean, Val of course has nothing to fall. Like the C4s and the amount of cheesy plays you can get with the C4s is unimaginable. As there can be C4s flying from anywhere. I'm sure you've seen some like coconut bra cameras and just get some nasty C4 at the start of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. C4, you know what? This is the thing about Villa, and it's like the self-destruction part of it, right? There's a lot of vertical angles and also grenade kills from below that is made possible in large part due to the vertical destructibility on this map. Almost every floor on the second floor is destructible apart from concrete at the top of red stairs, and also again concrete right in front of the master bedroom door. The first pick might be going Machine Soldier's way. Lemons downs Momo Ham, and he's outside of the window. He has to be picked up, but oh my god, actually the first kill does go Machine Soldier's way. Stop jumping over the overpass, gets to Sophia, and then the second to fall is going to be Momo Ham, who was down earlier. So Machine Soldier's off to a bright start.
Yeah, a solid start from Machine Soldier, showing this worthiness from last season. And two nades gone, and all the severe utility off the board. It's a really good start, and it's gonna be a dub for Sloth as he takes out the hardcore, and it's even more of a crumble for Vega Esports here now with 120 left and only 120 left really of the game. Two players have already, three players have already found. Merlin will find Lemon, even though he's very low HP, will find a lovely shot onto Sloth.
Attackers recovered the
Playing
bomb
a bit too
diffuser.
aggressive there. Lemon and Sloth getting a bit too much feel of themselves. Very winnable here. I mean, you've got both entries, or a flex in a first. Merlin and Spocky. It's very winnable. Merlin's already got 2 kills. He's trying to find a third. They're playing deep inside. They know that they've already played aggressive and they've lost 2 picks. And 50 seconds left. They're going to have to go through the doorways, considering the fact they don't have any hard breach gadgets. They're going to have to go straight through the doorway, push into MS's defense. Oh, and that's unfortunate, straight through the drone. Creeds, that's a sneaky one, that's naughty. As it's left up to Spocky to catch someone between, but too many angles to hold and only one doorway to push through. Very unlikely. Go for the swing, and yep, he gets taken out by Creeds, and he finds the double, but a solid start from MS. They instantly find 2. They do lose 2. They instantly line three actually. Do lose two, but they manage to clutch it out as Creed finds a double to end it.
Yep. Machine Soldiers, they lose four of their main stars, and a couple of them I actually know. But their playstyle doesn't change. Very, very aggressive hold towards trophy statuary. That is the MS that we know and love. The rank strats, as a lot of people have called it. We actually, you know what? We had a podcast with Mr. Easter where he talked about playing against machine soldiers and how unorthodox their playstyle is, and so it might disrupt the momentum that Vega Esports is have, especially if it's like runouts like that, over aggression that goes unchecked.
Attackers
It
need to
could
locate and
destroy their
defuse bombs.
mental as this match keeps going on and on and on. So that'll be interesting to
Yeah.
watch for Machine Soldiers. But now going on to trophy and statuary for this team, and I expect more of the same aggression this time, not towards trophy statuary, of course, because that is the site that they're playing in, but mainly over towards the south side of the map, towards Aviator Games.
Yeah, I mean, aviator games with pressure. I mean, it's very on the fact if they do hold it on the side of MS,
10
and
seconds
depends
to
how much
go.
utility it plays there. It doesn't look like they're putting a lot of utility aviator game side. But
5
if Vega
seconds left.
Esports decide to take it, I mean, you're going to be walking into MS's crosshair really, because
Attackers are moving out to
if they're not
locate a
going to
bomb
play
and
heavy
defuse
there,
it.
right? They're probably expecting to be there if they don't have any signs
Defender exposed.
of people master. Lemons just going to run out. There's no one there. I mean, he's got that intel out. They know he's going to push from slow side. You see all five members on the south side of the map, and they're ready to push in, right? You've got Sloth there. Did find two kills last round. Hopefully try to find more on Creed with the dirty run out on Momo. Momo, that's a solid name. I'm not gonna lie to this, but you are taken up. And two nades off the board again, and Moham hasn't still found a place in the game. Lemon Zesty playing very aggressive here. I believe he has the hatch to drop. He does have the hatch to drop. He will drop the hatch, wastes a bit of time, and just it's a bit of a bait for Sloth if Sloth decides to play there. Just trying to find Pixie. We'll give the stand 6. So they're walking to his crosshair. Pre-fire. Only one bullet landed on Oxy. As with 2 minutes left and 50 seconds already gone off the board, it's really a waiting game for Vegas, but they're just sitting outside study. They're gonna have to make a move soon. There might be Oxy to entry. Anyway, back on his drone he goes, just trying to make sure that all these MS players are cleared out. If they're gonna clear it properly, one B, they're gonna have to clear it entirely.
Okay, there goes another play to fall for Vega Esports. That's Sinji. And the thing about this for Vega is
Ooh.
that they're way too afraid to enter the map. They're so scared of how aggressive MS are being that they're just staying outside. Oxido does get a nice shot onto Lemons. So that's a player down for Machine Soldiers. But again, they're sitting pretty handedly on that 2-man advantage that they do have. Now, like you said, a lot of time has been wasted. And for a majority of this round, Vega Esports have just been outside camping their cheeks off, and they haven't made a move in the map. They haven't gotten control over this south side of the map, over Aviator Games, over 90, because MS, well, they brought the fight to them, and Vega, again, just like they weren't last round, aren't prepared. Oxido gonna go for a more unorthodox take onto the first floor, sneaking in with the LMG, places a Claymore, and, well, okay, I don't know if that, okay, yeah, no, he placed the Claymore, but nobody at this point is going to go for flanks. MS are just playing this safe. They're playing for time, and they're still waiting for Vega to approach them. Now, Oxy does take a bit of damage above from Heavy, so again, I mean, the thing is, I said MS were waiting, but they're not. They know exactly where these last two players are. Spooky gives his location away in 90. He sprays and prays with the F2, but you got to be accurate with those shots, and he's not hitting them. Oxy doesn't get his shot hit. He gets hit instead, and it's him to fall next. A 1v4 for Spocky. Smoke grenades go out. Here goes the kill. Slop rushes into him. There goes the impact in Volto, and it is a kill for Freeze again. We saw this last round. It might become a disgusting pattern for MS, but it also might become a disgusting pattern for Vega if this continues on. I don't know what Vega can really do here apart from just wait for MS to run into their line of sight, or even aggress right back onto them and win your 1v1s.
I mean, it's perfect gameplay here from MS. You see the peaks coming out from MS. They find the early kills and they just drop back, right? You see them, obviously, they play aggressive at the end to find the last kill. But I mean, they swing and they peek. they find the kills and they just drop back and play safe. And now that puts Vega on a very tough side as they're waiting for them to peek. And you did see
Attackers need
Lemon
to
Zesty getting a
locate and
bit too
defuse as many bombs as they
zesty and
can.
swinging out as alibi. But I mean, Wubby, they find the kills, they drop back and they play past him. It's really good gameplay, and that puts Vega equal on the side which they don't want to be at. It's as if they're defending it when as soon as they lose the first frag. They're playing a bit too passive as attackers. It took about, I think, 40 seconds left is when they went into the building, Wemby, right? I'm pretty sure it was 40 seconds left, and it's just a bit of a slow gameplay which Vega Esports are trying to maneuver around, and it's like what we saw yesterday,
10 seconds
right?
to go.
Just the time management from Vega Esports is not where they
5
want it to be,
seconds
where it should be.
Yeah, they were playing. I said it like during the
Attackers'
cast
objective is to
that
locate
I
a
felt
bomb
like
and
Vega were just playing too
Attackers have located a
passively,
bomb.
and MS just took the fight to them, and Vega Esports obviously weren't expecting it. And again, they were just way too scared to enter like crucial parts of the map in which the attack needs to take control of when it comes to a trophy statuary site. Which is, I mean, if they're gonna all push from office, then yeah, it's office and also taking control of 90, just so you have those angles playing into
A
Wolf,
bomb has been
and
located.
also those angles playing into the trophy, the statuary doorway. And it just wasn't a good. It just wasn't good. It wasn't a good attempt at map control from Vega Esports. They tried it nonetheless. There wasn't really an attempt to try it because they didn't get into the map. The C4 does go out. It is wasted, though the intel was there for, I believe that was, oh my god, I believe that was Lemons because he's supposed and he has to go playing in it to dining.
Attackers' bomb
But
diffuser
the
has
first
been
kill
dropped.
does go Machine Soldier's way again, and so does the second. Kreese gets a double onto these Vega Esports players, absolutely decimating this attacking team. And Kreese and Sloth, they can't be stopped. Sloth just running out like a madman. No cover on the run out. And he gets another! What a shot from Sloth. What a round for Machine Soldiers. And Vega Esports fall once again.
I mean, it's a quick sentence here, right, for me to Vega Esports. You can't be letting that happen. You can't be allowing the runouts, the crazy plays from Creed. You've expected it, right? Maybe not the first round you don't expect it. Bit of leeway on the first round. The second round, maybe say, oh, it was a one time. But after 2 rounds, you know that they're going to do that, and you still allow them to do that. I mean, it's just quite, I don't know how Sloth got the last kill this morning. Momo Ham really hasn't found himself into this game. Don't think Sledge is his role, but I mean, with 3 rounds down and 3 wins by MS, it's looking like, as I said before the game's like, this is the one team which is going to dominate, right? From the start, they're going to be winning the first round, winning the second, and following up, and not
Defenders, protect your
losing the
bombs from
momentum
being
which they've already
defused by
gained.
attackers.
And I think that's going to be MS, definitely for this map, but possibly for Oregon might be a switch around for that team, but it's not a good start for Vega Esports.
Not at all. Again, like you said, just letting I'm gonna call it how I see it, the rank
Attackers
strats
have
from
located a
Machine
bomb.
Soldiers going unchecked, the runouts, the
It is.
swings, everything is going unchecked from Machine Soldiers, and Vega Esports is struggling to shut it down. Like you said, I
10 seconds
expected them
remaining.
to get it after the first one because not a lot of teams would expect it. I know, again,
5
when
seconds
we had
to
that
insertion.
podcast with Mr. Easter for Vivid United, he said that the first couple
Attackers are
rounds that they
heading out
played
to
against
defuse a bomb.
Machine Soldiers, or the first round, was a little bit of a struggle because they bring in unorthodox aggression that is kind of hard to shut down after, in the very first round because you're simply not expecting it.
And let me just throw out
It's
there.
been 3 rounds. It's not been runouts, but it's been like right in your face plays from Machine Soldiers, and it hasn't been shut down. And again, you would expect from the attackers to be able to do that since they have the better guns, but Vega Esports, they haven't had a chance to even get their shot off.
Yeah, I mean, MS, like,
Attackers have
they're just
located a
not giving
bomb.
them a chance here, one thing. Like, they're playing it really well. Yeah, they're playing, I would see this kind of running. Just running out, finding kills and kills and kills. But it's working, and when it's working, you can't complain that situation. He's playing, see, Creed's playing aggressive. Yes, well, CG, I believe he's playing 1.5, possibly 2 times, maybe even ATOC, I'm not too sure. I think, yeah, he is playing 1.5. I mean, it's just, they're ready for this, right? It's been 3 rounds of constant peaking, and it's time for Vega to start capitalizing on the aggression which they're bringing. Sloth is a possibility of running out there. He could find 2 kills. Don't even. Oh, there is a claim out there and a drone. I mean, I believe he's undroned in main, and if he finds more than 2 kills, it's going to be really unfortunate. He finds 1,
Wow.
undroned, and Momo finds his 4th kill. Not his 4th, no, 4th kill, 4th death this game, and the Arm's going to go for the peak on the other time, and he does find Sloth, but Lemons would also fall alongside him, and this is where Vega Esports starts to capitalize. Heavy's going to try to slow that down as Oxy does support. Adrian playing aggressive on the main stairs, and it's Marilyn, you don't need to do that. You don't need to be walking up main stairs there with such unneeded 0 intel on the board. And 1 minute 10 remaining. They're back on study window. They're not entering site or entering the building. They were in the building, but now they're just completely going outside and just making it easier for MS. All they have is a door to cover now for MS. Spocky will be depleted to 50 HP, and I don't know if he is be able to drop that. So does have an impact if he needs it. Still comes out from Adrian and finally gets capitalized for it. Sinji just find the headshot onto him, and with 4 seconds left, Heavy's the one left on site to hold it down. My Creed rotates back up. Spocky now finally entering in. Heavy reinforces the rotate, and it starts becoming to the slow push. So Spocky just fight Creeds. It's very winnable here for Vega Esports, but also winnable for Heavy. 2 smokes left in hand to stop the diffuser with 25 left. 25 seconds left. He's gonna have to find one. Spocky in a very off angle position if Heavy wants to go for the swing. He can find it, but no. He does find it, and Vega Esports finally capitalize on the aggression with MS keep on giving and giving.
Finally, they're able to shut it down. It came down to the wire, 2v3 at the end of the day, a 2v3 clutch from Vega Esports. And I mean, it was mainly off of the back from Spocky, who got a 3K in that round, was able to get the remaining 2 players. Yes, there were angles opened up by Shinji, and one of those angles did net Spocky to kill, but yep, a good round, or well, a good round from the remaining from Spocky, as Vega Esports finally find a way to crawl back in. Now, the issue with that round was obviously the intel gathering from Vega Esports, right? We saw it on the first instance on the first floor where Sloth was
Attackers need to
undroned,
locate and defuse
and
bombs.
you have Vega Esports taking the first floor first. He was able to get an easy kill. Yes, he was immediately refragged, but then you also saw the second kill that happened on main stairs with, I believe, Marilyn, who just rushed up main stairs with no intel, nothing, and I believe it was Adrian or Heavy to get the kill.
Adrian.
I'm not yeah, it's Adrian to get that kill, but again, the intel in that round was lacking for Vega Esports, so their droning needs to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Also had a look at their drone economy too, and their drone economy was kind of crappy for a majority of that round. They only had 4 drones to work with in total, but they still didn't really use them all that
5
much
seconds
because
left
again,
before insertion.
little positionings like that from MS just
Attackers are
go
moving out to
unchecked, and
locate a
then they
bomb
turn
and
out to be the
defuse it.
biggest mistakes. Now, fortunately for them, Spocky went off with the F2. It's not hard to do that, but he hit his shots, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, I think that's what that round really relied on. The entry, I don't even know the role. I'm gonna say second entry or flex. Don't know what. I'm gonna say second entry. He's playing like it. But I mean, that's his job. He finds the kills. The round relies on him. There's nothing special. The droning, I'm gonna be honest, it was horrible, right? You had an unmarked man left in library. You had Adrian just finding an end simple kill, right? Yeah, you get the 1-for-1 trade, but honestly, if MS got that one up, right, 2 nades go down in the side of Vega, and that just completely crushed the attack. And then you had another 2 nades from Marilyn go down. No utility is actually being used by Vega Esports throughout the start of the round. Yeah, I think the only utility I've actually seen, the only proper droning I've seen, is the drone, which went up, which was holding the window and the claymore on top of the drone. Right, I think that was the only main piece of utility, apart from breaching that wall, which Vega Esports have used, and you really don't want to see that from any team. I mean, it's really relying on frags, right? For both MS and Vega Esports. MS just play for frags, as you see, Kree's playing aggressive. Could get picked off, right? But MS just play for trades then. He could just trade back, and it's time to become like a ping pong game, right? MS find 2, Vega find 2, and it comes down to when Vega can't execute on site because the impact frags from MS really trouble the attack. And there you have it. Undroned. Baron walks in, but with a Gemini hand, he walks in and an impact frag from them, 2 nades down.
There goes the immediate be a trade though from Shinji. Creeps for the most part has been left undrone, and there has been no immediate
Attackers drop the diffuser.
effort to get a trade back. Slop finds another, though it is Shinji. He is down, but he's not in a recovery position, so it's going to be easy for Slop to claim this kill. But also, most importantly, that's the fuser for Vega Esports. So the sirens have to be ringing red. Every flashing light in those Vega Esports' room has to be blaring, because this is not a good sign, especially if they can rotate the rest of these machine players towards the diffuser. Heavy finds another one, though it is a 1v3. Oxy, for the most part, hasn't found much value from the Nook. Again, the lack of intel for Vega Esports being their Judas, or whatever the word for weakness is. Oxy does find Slop, so the fuser is in a
15
recoverable
seconds
position.
remaining.
But
Attackers
this round
recovered the
is
bomb
pretty much
diffuser.
lost, because there's 15 seconds on the board. Oxy in the 1v2 situation. Heavy does have a nitro, so he finds
5
one with the
seconds left.
nade, but I don't think he has enough time to make it up these main stairs. And no, the Banshee's just gonna go off. It's gonna
Operator,
blare.
you
It's
have
gonna
run out
sing
of
its
time.
horrible, horrible song, while it also slows OxyD down. And that is another round for Machine Soldiers on the board.
Exact same thing which happened last round, even though Vega won. It really came up to Spocky, but same thing which happened, right? Momo falls again, right? He's droning, but he's droning the wrong things. It's Vega Esports, they're double droning, right? They double drone study, right? They double drone main, right? The drones get destroyed, and then they have a second drone in hand. They have drones placed on that, but they're too lazy, right? Maryland, too lazy to open his Gemini and walk up main stairs, try and find intel. And he had Oxy there. He was waiting for the intel, but he couldn't act on it because there was no intel being given. One drone has to go main, one drone has to go study. Then let's see, as I said, they have two drones each. I mean, two drones,
Defenders,
two drones
protect your
droning two
bombs
different
from
places,
being
right? So there's
defused by
four,
attackers.
right? You use those four drones. One drone main stairs for that time, one main, one study, and one maybe placed on the flank, right? You need to be using your utility more wisely. And OxyD was waiting on his main stairs. He was ready to fight Creeds. He was ready to push up main stairs with the intel gathered. And Mobo falling with two nades, and Creeds again finding Maryland, even though he was main stairs, he impacted the wall, and they still didn't take notice to him. Is that there's too many things which aren't being held by Vega, and Maryland and Momo are the first to fall twice now in 2 rows with so much utility they have. Right, 4 nades. Especially with something as you said at 1B, you need those 4 nades for the vertical plays. I mean, you kill smoke at the start of the round, and you kill any tank in sight with 1 drone, 1 yellow ping, and a well-prepped nade.
Also, like you said, most importantly, while we talk about the names, the intel gathering again for Vega Esports was lacking in that round. As we stated multiple different times, it's been a whole game so far, and it shows no sign of improvement from Vega Esports. So, this is the thing that I feel like I don't talk about enough with like teams that are in like really low spots in higher level leagues, is the lack of adaptability from them. Vega Esports obviously not learning from their past mistakes, and it's again, like you said, Maryland and others falling very early, but most importantly Maryland, not because of the frag grenades necessarily, but because of the Gemini clone. That clone could get so much intel for you. It's a human, it's a drone in the shape of a human, and Vega Esports are not taking advantage of the utility that they have, but also the intel gathering that they do have. Now, the change here for Oxy is that he is going to switch off from the Nook onto the Lion, so it could help isolate these very aggressive roamers of Machine Soldiers. Oxy, a very aggressive position, and Library may catch Adrian off guard, but for the most part, there is nothing else from Vega Esports positioning-wise that could confirm this kill unless a player decides to move from kitchen. Okay, the first kill might go their way because Oxy sneaks in onto Heavy. The communication obviously not there for Machine Soldiers, neither the intel, and it is Vega Esports to capitalize.
Yeah, you just saw my communication. I mean, Adrian walked away from it, knowing that line was there, and then every spot. I mean, there's faults on both sides of this board. Adrian just get the trade back, and that's what's important, right? The 1-for-1. Yeah, Heavy lost a seat. Well, he didn't really lose it. He threw it as soon as he died, but I mean, 3 flashes and 2 easy one. I mean, it's a 1-for-1. It's what you would see normally. Momo finally first kill, making him 1 and 5, and Sloth just fallen. And this is where Vega try and find his picks, but I mean, they have utility, right? They've only used one nade. They have 3 flashes left, and they've only used one more claymore, right? One claymore, one nade's gone. They have so much utility to execute your site, but it's coming up to the question: will they even use it to execute on site? It's a 3-man hold in deer or a trophy in the site. Merely just find Creed and the 2 kills come out, and now it's sent up to the 1v3 for Agent as Spocky takes out Lemon. 1v3 now. The entry into site comes out from Momo as he's feeling himself for a second kill this game. 25 seconds remaining, but make that 44 as the planter goes down. The swing comes out. Adrian might find one, might find a second on the planter, but no, he gets away in time. Needs 5 kills to clutch us out. 35 seconds remaining. Jantos used something with the MP5. He knows where the fuse is being planted. One's playing master side, and one's playing on landing. He's gonna have to play aggressive. He doesn't know that he's skull though. He's gonna have to do something. There is an air jab, which is gonna stop him, and it might just be a free kill for CG. Play a top skull and slowly time us ticking. Agent in this sticky situation. Once was right, once was left. Just find the triple kill now. Last play outside master window. You can just stick this. No, he has to play close. But never mind, he's gonna go for the pro gamer. Sinji finds the kill onto Adrian, and they did a 1v3 clutch. He did get the triple, and it was an extremely close round. But I mean, MS, they really did throw that. Vega Esports, they're struggling on the utility and time management, but Machine Soldiers, it's a rank game for them. It's as if they're solo queuing that round. 0-0 incel. Adrian runs away from Lion, who's pushing him with the EE1D, and Heavy just walks in and says, "I'm gonna be your shield. Like, take me."
Take me. No, like it all started right. I'm on that first floor engagement between Adrian and Oxy, the Lion and the Malusi. Adrian runs away, and then right behind him, Heavy walks in. Now I don't know what the comms are at that time, but I'm guessing they were pretty
I'm
much
curious.
zip.
I'm curious. I'm
I'm
genuinely
pretty
curious.
much they were pretty much zip clear
Defenders,
because
protect your
Heavy
bombs from
rushes
being
in there. He
defused
tries
by
to get a
attackers.
nitro off. I believe it was on the 90 area where one of the Vega Esports players was pushing as our lovely server tripping. Yele, I love you, thank you. Is showing us on the screen. And he gets swung on by Oxy, pushing in from the library
Wait,
side.
I was going to tell you exactly what happened because I remember it very. So Oxy droned Adrian, who was playing back to like behind the desk in the library, right, and then instantly runs back. And then he runs past Heavy, right? And the EED eventually goes out, the second one. And then Heavy runs through past
5 seconds to
Heavy,
insertion.
not past Heavy, but past Adrian, and then just tries to get so focused on that C4 on 90. But yeah, Karen might be.
Yeah,
I
I mean that was the one instances of many coaches. Again, you know, I said it at the beginning when they were like being really aggressive, and Vega for the most part just weren't dealing with it well. It's rank strats. You know, sometimes they work out and sometimes they go unchecked, and sometimes a lot of teams may drop a lot of rounds because of it. But Vega, they're finally able to get the 4-2 half. And on a map like Villa, now that you're switching on to your defensive side, that's good. I mean, they have a chance to possibly win this map, and it is their own map pick too. So I feel like they should have been doing a lot better on the attack if it was their own map pick. But I digress. It's a 4-2 half. You know, they to take it, especially after the start that they had at the beginning. So
yeah, I mean, they have kind of pulled this back. It's still very winnable, right, for Vega, even though it's got 4-2 split. Considering that is that map, they probably have a strong defense. They will attack. Some shots been coming out from the Master. Side and deer side. It's a shot from Maryland as he finds his 5th. Got a kill on Stroff, and 2 nades do fall inside his leg. It's not Momo Ham, and it double in. This is where MS just walking to the crosshair, and all Vega need to do is hold it. Adrian now, he knows that the aggression is going to come out, but Maryland drops back. Right, he finds 2 kills. He goes straight back into sight with that man advantage. He knows he does need a peek, and he knows he can just play this out. And now with Emmett, let's see, you see it, he's double droning himself. He's double backing himself because, oh no, they're playing aggressive. 2 people have died. I can't make a 3rd kill on their side. I mean, he's getting scared. They would drop back in sight. He's going to wait 30 seconds trying to clear out this man, but he's not even there. Things come out from Agent as Creed will nicely and lovely drone him in. He's still on 90 window. Will go faster. Will most likely jump in, but behind the shield, he has cover. One does drop back behind the shield. He does have to jump in. Will be blinded. Blind himself. One study and does find the kill on Oxy D, making that 3v4 now as Adrian is taken out. 50 seconds remaining. They don't have diffusion hack. They can go for the plant and aviator, but they have this really nice angle from Marilyn and Shinji inside side, and it's going to be quite dangerous side push in. But Shinji's going to be taken out. Leave me. Aiden just find him with an aid and 30 seconds left, and they're going to have to do some plays.
Swapping mags.
Yep, 30 seconds left for Machine Soldiers. They have the picks. They've clawed their way from a 5v3 deficit all the way back to
Bomb located
an
by attackers.
equalized equation. And now, well, they're pushing from all angles. You see when make a play or make a rotation towards, oh my god, balcony. He's able to claim Maryland. He falls after having such an eccentric start to this matchup. MS find another. The fuser is planted, and Vega might fall to a 5-2 scoreline. It's all up to Spokey. And Spokey, he has to find 3. He is on full health, and there are some MS players that are tagged. But if MS played this properly, they hold the post plant's positioning it to perfection. This may just be the easiest post plant of their life. He makes his way into Aviators, gets shut down by Kreese, who's standing in the middle of the site on maps, holding those higher up angles. And it is Vega Esports to fall. 5-2 is the scoreline for Machine Soldiers, and they start the attack just as well as they started the defense. But Vega, they had 2 picks to start off that round. That was a 5v3 at the beginning, and they just completely throwing it.
I think what we saw there, right, as you saw, Maryland found you, he has to drop back to side, right, very good move. He finds 2 kills, and then he just plays man advantage with his team. But then this is where, right, MS play aggressive, but they play more aggressive that Vega aren't expecting. Vega are expecting them to slow down right after being 2 men down.
Attackers need
The
to
Machine
locate
Soldiers
and defuse as many bombs
are
as they can.
they fly 5 with fire, right? They're not dropping back, they fly more fire, they just find picks, right? Vega Esports are getting way too comfortable in the 3v5, and MS should pick them off. Simple gameplay. I mean, Marilyn, he's happy with his 2 kills, but there's no round win, and it's pretty impactless. And the thing is with MS's, you know, Creed is on 10 kills, Adrian is on 7 as well as Slot. Impact frags coming out from all 3 of those players. And yeah, you might have 6 kills, Marilyn, or OxyD having 5, but you've only won 2 rounds. Think about it, you have to play as a team game instead of trying to play solo, because all your teams are going to say, but you can't have one playing.
5 seconds left.
Like, as you saw, Marilyn was playing aggressively, he had support from 90, and as soon as he dropped back, 90 dropped back, and that was really good teamwork. As soon as it came down to like one person peek from study and Smoke playing aggressive and trying to play shotgun up close vault door, and you had really passive players, it doesn't like merge together. If you know what I'm trying to say, 1B, right? It doesn't like merge. You can't have one aggressive and one passive in a 30 seconds left, and they have to plant.
Yeah.
You have C4s, you have smoke grenades.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, MS, they're a solid team. They did win Season 6 for a reason, and they're showing it on Villa.
It may just be the name of MS as they continue to find, well, success in this matchup, not so far this season. And like you said, the thing, this is the issue with like a lot of bottom 3 teams in the major league, is that I feel like they struggle with like teamwork, communication, and like I said, also adaptability. For most of this matchup, Vega Esports haven't adapted to MS's style of play, and now that they switched onto defense, that much hasn't changed, and so we're seeing them have these like small little struggles that can be easily fixed by just working together and adapting. And again, like I said, I just don't feel like they've done that too much. It's a 5-2 scoreline. MS are completely in control. Oh my god, what a peach of a shot from Momoham onto Adrian. Takes out the Ayana very early on. And that's actually a really good pick, because Adrian in the 5v3 was the player to bring MS back. He got a 2K into that round, and he made it a 3v3 in the first place. There goes another for Vega Esports. Another 5v3 at the beginning. But again, Squishy, we've seen it from Vega Esports, and they don't deal with the aggression from MS later on, though they deal with it fine. Kreese and Maryland find a 1-for-1 trade, and it's still a 4v2 for Vega Esports by just 2 men. Soft and Heavy, the only 2 alive for Machine Soldiers Academy, and oh my god, not Academy, sorry, for Machine Soldiers. And well, what utility do they have? They don't have a Twitch drone. They only have 2 drones in total, and Soft does have nades, so maybe they can work with that, pushing it to 90. A nade could be thrown where Momoham is at, but it isn't. Soft falls, and we're now at a 1v3 situation.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Vega loses. They know what they did wrong last time, but actually, I mean, don't want to doubt myself as having a strong character. Yes, found 2 kills already. Trying to find the 4. 35 seconds left. Had the diffuser. Nothing to worry about here in terms of time if he doesn't get sight. I mean, if he does get sight. I mean, he is in a safe situation. Vega know what they did wrong last time, so they hopefully can mitigate what Heavy's about to do. Smoke goes out, and that's the last smoke
15
in
seconds to
Sinji's
go.
hand. But with too many angles to cover on the entry, you have one study and one playing Volt.
10 seconds remaining.
Have shifts on it. It is a crossfire on Vega Esports. I'd be surprised if he manages to flick onto both of them at the same time. Thing comes out, doesn't find any, stuck in the middle of all it of the crossfire, and then Sinji does find Heavy, and it did come close to the 1v2. But I mean, I think Vega Esports learned from their last time round.
Yeah, played that a little bit more patiently, played that more passively as well, and they forced Machine Soldiers into their crossfires, into their lineup sites more importantly, and they were shut down because of it. Now we're heading back onto, well, not back onto Trophy Statuary. Vega Esports tried the Aviator game site twice. They won it the second time, and now for the first time for Vega, we are gonna go to Trophy Statuary. The score is still 5-3, so the round deficit is 2. And for Vega, they need to find 2 rounds in order to tie it up, but also more importantly, well, 3 rounds in order to put themselves onto match point so that they can take their very first map of today. It has been a rough season for them so far, so a point would
Defenders,
be
protect
good
your
for
bombs
them.
from
I
being
think
defused
all
by
3 would be
attackers.
even better, but I think they would deal with the point. It gives them something to work off of, especially for future games.
Yeah, it's something to work for times in the future and for future even scrims even as well Major League. But I mean, either or. 5-3, 2-round deficit as you already said. Vega Esports need to pull back from the hole which they've been in on the defense and the attack. But they are off attack, and unless it goes to overtime, they won't be heading back onto it. But I've got to be honest. I think I predict what's happening. MS, you know, I feel they're going to win this round quite comfortably, right? Vega Esports might find an early kill, but MS will fight back.
Attackers' objective is to
But then
locate
the
a bomb
round
and defuse
after
it.
that, I have a feeling Vega Esports will win. They'll go to the same site, but then they'll win it. And I have a feeling the exact same thing will happen with Aviator and Game, right? Machine Soldiers, they win that round. But Vega Esports, they come back. They know what they did wrong. They mitigate what MS did, and now they adapted to what MS did, and now they win that round. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen this time because Vega Esports, they're not changing their playstyle between sites, and Machine Soldiers are always counteracting what Vega Esports do each round. They know they know where it's weak, and they attack it with their strength and with utility. But then Vega Esports, then the next round after that, they make that weak part stronger, and it's a bit of a counter. One team does that, the other team does that, but then they do that to counter that, you know. It's a bit back and forwards, and it's going to come down to time, and Machine Soldiers are already up from the defense, and might come down to the 6-4 and 7-point map.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying. I think this is, despite how one-sided it was at the beginning, I do think it will end up close between both of these teams. The bottom 3 is still heavily contested, and for Machine Soldiers, they want to put themselves into 4th, which is, if they win this game, if they get the full 3 points, they will claim 4th over Laburnum, which will be good, especially for the Champion Series. And at the end of the season. Sorry about that. Heavy though, and also I believe that is Adrian are pushing down below. So a bit of an unorthodox take compared to what we saw from Vega Esports, using those nades to fruition, and also to fruition for MS. The first pick goes their way, and it is Lemons to grab that. So the ace, I don't really know how he got that kill. I'm guessing he was the Wamai was playing on the Fox, and he just beat them, and Shinji just died because of it. I'm not too sure what the hell happened there, but some hard destruction. Oh, okay, no, he just swung on the bathroom doorway and he died. That's fine. Oxy, though, does find the immediate trade, so Vega Esports, they're right back into it. A 4v4 even man count. Flores is also used inside of this round too, forcing these defenders out of their positions and out of these power positions that might disrupt what MS are trying to bring onto the attack. So many kills are going their way, but also another trade happens. Vega trying to keep themselves themselves back into this game, but they're backing off their own site. MS's aggression is obviously scaring them. No utilities on the board apart from a Nitro Cell from Momohan. 15 seconds left for the attackers to make a play. Diffuser is in the hands of Kreese. He is just going to try to get this plant down. He's going to get disrupted. No, Heavy finds one in a post plant. Kreese does die. Intel is on the side of Vega, so it's time. And Adrian can't clutch it out. It is another round for Vega Esports, and they're fourth on the board as well.
I mean, I guess I was wrong there, one, but I will put my hands up for that one. But I mean, Sea Shoulders did the same they did last round, right? They found the early kill, instantly traded back when they, not the last round, but the round before that. They did that, but Vega Esports, they use their utility wisely, right? They push back, they allow them to take site because they know they're playing as a team a bit more now because of what they've experienced in the past couple of rounds. They go beneath, they play the C4, and they just play for time, and they allow MS's aggression. They can say, give them sight. Let's just use our utility to not let them defuse or not let them to have enough time. And I mean, solid round by Vega, and I mean, it possibly could come close if MS don't win this round, making it even in the side of Vega Esports. They will go to Dining Kitchen, and I'm already predicting possibly a vertical hold as Sinji goes and run up there, ready to do some head kites, possibly place a shield there, and just to hopefully slow down time above. But I mean, if I was MS here, I would do an iconic play, and I would do like a blitz, lion, rush in laundry or something. That would be pretty cool to see one day. Just a lion rush, bomb it through laundry. That's what I would want to see. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna take it slow, do vertical with the sledge, and now the jackal which they're bringing, which just implies that they're gonna go vertical and really utilize it. But Sloth, please stay alive, man, for MS's sake. You don't want to be going as early as Momo did at the start of their rounds. You've got that hammer and you really want to use it.
Point. Don't follow.
Yep, most of the floor on this kitchen trophy site is destructible as all can be, but what's also very important for the site, not only the vertical play from attackers and vertical angles, etc., but also the nitro cells for the defense to be able to counter those vertical angles being held. And for Vega, they've only brought one nitro cell. They brought Marilyn, who on that Mazi, who has the only nitro cell for this Vega defensive lineup, and also they don't really have a lot of intel to support them for these lineups. Now for Vega, the only thing that they can really do is they don't have any intel to play from alone is be aggressive on this top floor. Maryland gets the first pick, but it is a 1-for-1 trade with Adrian, who does fall on the Ayana. While that may seem crucial in the hindsight of things, at least it's not Sloth on the sledge, because again, vertical is going to be so important for the scene. So there's Heavy, though, making his way from basement on a nook, and we've seen it so many times, not only from Heavy, but also once from Oxy D when Vega did bring the nook on their attacking lineup, looking to cut off any rotations, any movement that Vega Esports make on this first floor, especially towards the library area and also hallway.
Yeah, good trade back, even though, I mean, one nade lost, I mean, not even one nade, I mean, one nade put to good use, but one C4 lost the C4 which they had, and Heavy nearly losing an easy kill there. Cindy will be warned by Heavy's FMG9, I believe that's what it's called, and now the vertical's coming in with 1 minute 10 left, right? Oxy D's still above and all. An undroned man, and he's have Jackal in hand. I mean, if Jackal doesn't manage to scan his feet, I mean, that'd be unfortunate. I think Oxy D might find a kill. I mean, I think he's going to play the long-term game, right? He's going to wait for them to go for the palm, wait for them to go to the exit, then he'll make his move. I think that's the best option for Oxy D in that situation. But now that sledge taking out a lot of ground, we'll try to find some picks. We'll get Spocky to very low HP, and Spocky and Sinji just around the same position. They are very tagged, so they have to be very safe with how they play. Sinji probably just stay behind the shield, and now it's going to be open. This is where Kreese is going to Kreese alongside the Zesty. As soon as they get the plant down, 2 strokes left, they can waste around 20 more seconds, but Oxy D, then he goes for the kill. And with only one man left above with being Heavy, he's trying to find him down. Swing comes out from Vega, manages to down Kreese and finishes him off. 2v4 now, as it's looking very unrealistic for MS to clutch with 10 seconds remaining. Definitely just find Spocky in that 2v3, but walking to Smokey will get down and will be finished off. The 1v3 for Heavy and 1 inside combo. That won't be winnable for MS anytime soon, as Vega Esports really pulling it back out the really putting it back.
My God, Oxy got a 2K in that round, and mainly due to the fact that he was left undroned on that second floor, right? He gets the sledge first, and that's your vertical player now dead. That's the vertical angles not being killed anymore, and now they're in control of Vega Esports. Whereas Machine Soldiers in the later stages of that round were scrambling for control. It was, I believe it was Hebi and also Adrian left in the 2v4 situation. And again, you saw them on opposite sides of the map, especially Hebi, who was struggling for the most part to find a pick for his team, but also where was the Overwatch for Machine Soldiers? It seemed like Sloth was left all by himself on the second floor, just making the vertical angles. And again, your drone work isn't exactly the
Attackers need to
cleanest.
locate
You
and
have a
defuse
Jackal
bombs.
too, and I felt like the Jackal didn't find any value in that round, especially when it comes to shutting down the second floor pressure that eventually did come onto Sledge, and also the first floor pressure, because there were a lot of players who were offside for Vega Esports, not only on the second floor, but also on the first floor towards the library area. And I felt like with the intel gathering potential that Machine Soldiers had, not only with drones, not only in the Ayana clones, but with the Jackal as well, that was a very poor round, and the end of it, the execute of it was also very poor as well.
10
Yeah,
seconds
because I
left.
just remember back in Oxygen actually walked up red
5
stairs, right?
seconds to go.
He walked up red stairs from downstairs and just sat there, no flank cam. And there
Yeah.
was one person dead, and that was Adrian when they laid it out and traded with Merlin. But I mean, it is poor from MS, and it's just kind of the same what Vega did. Not using their drones and their utilities to their mode. I mean, they are using utility which they have in hand, but they're not using their drones, which they can't see in front of them. They have to obviously go off the thing and then check it. I think they need to spend a bit more time making sure everything's clear, because Vega Esports, they didn't use any time, right? They droned in not very strong at the first half when attacking, right? And they got punished for it. MS, they spent quite a lot of droning, but they didn't drone a lot. It's a bit of the opposite for either teams. But either way, match points down the line for both teams as Vega Esports managed to win 2 in a row, and going back to aviator games, hopefully for MS it's not the same thing, leaving Creed in the 1v3 last time, and now the vertical from beneath is going to be the main fighting point for MS's possibly Momo. Oh no, Momo dropped back. I thought he was going to find one kill up there, but he will be pressured back, and Twitch will go up, probably most likely to get those ADSs and to put those Sophia charges and grenades to good use.
Cover me! Reloading!
The thing here, though, for Vega that I really like is the fact that since he went on to Goyo, and with that, it can waste so much time on this MS attack, which we know can be aggressive at the start. It can go at a fast pace, and so
Just like
for
that.
Vega, yeah, just like that with Momoham going down, another player falls. Those Goyos obviously not being the most effective. They do waste a little bit of time on Machine Soldiers, but again, no time is wasted from this aggressive team, and they find another. Sloth finds his way into the site, forces the remaining 2 players alive for Vega off of it. Another player falls, and it might just be a flawless, and it is. Sloth gets the kill into Maryland, and Vega fall MS match point. But the interesting part about that round was, again, I mean, the Goyo was picked, and they did have a Vulcan canister at the top of main stairs, but the
Yeah.
smoke fell early, and then after that, it was a steamroll of kills from Machine Soldiers and Vega Esports. The trades weren't there at all.
Not much to say that round, to be honest. There won't be. I
Yep.
mean, you had the Go-Go there, but the push in, the 3-man run up main stairs, three entering operators, Iana, Sophia, and I believe who else was running up? Ash or Sledge? Not. Oh, that was Twitch.
Yeah.
All running up the stairs. I mean, the Go-Yo, it stopped them from running up main stairs, but they said let's just go study the stairs, and that's really what happened. Not much to say about that one, and it just leaves MS on match point.
Attackers need to locate
Match
and
point
defuse
is for
bombs.
MS, and it is again on Vega Esports map pick, so that's very good for them. It gives them that leg up, if they win this round, of course. If they take this map, then it gives them that leg up on Oregon, which is their map pick, and then they can potentially take the full 3 points. And a fairy tale ending for today's game for MS at least is then
Bomb
it
located
propels
by
them up
attackers.
into 4th place. which will be a good thing. They haven't had a terrible season, but they haven't had the best either, not by their standards. It has been like they haven't had a loss yet. They've had 3 draws,
10
0
seconds
losses,
left.
and 1 win. But the 3 draws are obviously what's the kicker here.
5 seconds
It's
to
not
go.
the full 3 points, not what they want.
It's getting close, but not close
It's
enough.
get it's
Attackers
getting
are
close, but
moving to
not
defuse
close
the
enough. And
bomb.
I feel like with today's win, I think it puts them in contention for those for the champions series places, especially because Laburnum Gaming and QBG are very close and very tied on that 4th place spot. And I never thought I would be saying that about Laburnum and QBG. I thought they would be a little bit higher up the table, but you know, stuff happens this season, and of course, both of the teams haven't been at their
Loading new
best.
mag.
But I digress. It is an MS match point on Villa and Vega Esports. Well, what do you do this round? They are going to go to Trophy Statuary, and well, they have to find a way to not have a round like they did last time.
They won this. They did win this site very strongly. I mean, it came down to the last 20 seconds when they had to go for the plant inside of MS and C4 from below. Very simple, but effective. And OxyD, looking at him now.
Attackers have located
I
a bomb.
mean, I have a feeling he's going to find at least 1, maybe 2. Just being done there. If he stay, oh, you have Adrian there as well. Just decide to use his Gemini, and I have a feeling he will be able to find him if he decides to go up Astra. Just jump in the window. Just get that sound on the side of OxyD, and we'll have that favour in his hand. But with game on the line, Heavy does fall to Momo Ham. Not going very ham this game, I have to be honest, with the 0.5. But being positive, Creeps does drone out OxyD, who was trying to be sneaky, but no, Adrian finds OxyD with that drone and drone on the side actually. Siggy will have to make this try and find something. Drone goes out, they know he's there. Great drone play from Machine Sword, it's unmatchable. Merlin just finds Super Sloth as Zesty finds Singji on that swing. 2v4 now with match point. It's up to Merlin, the big fragger, the Vega, and Spocky the second. But no, Adrian gets the knee kill, and Zesty finds Spocky and MS. Living up to their expectations of a Season 6 champion will easily take that out. And with that, in stock Villa is all in MS's hands, and 1B. A good way to end it on their side, and even though that wasn't their map, right? That was Vega's map, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that was Vega's map.
Yeah, that's a strong start for them.
That's a very strong start for them, especially when they head on to Oregon, which is going to be our next map. But the interesting thing about Villa, or the thing about the way that it was played from both of these teams, because we both had a fair amount of criticism for both of them, and it mainly was about like intel gathering,
Utility.
utility, communication, and this is again what separates the bottom 3 teams for the teams that are in that top 4, in that top 3 spots, because usually if this were a game like Praetorian and Vivid, or like we saw against Praetorian and Maestro, who I said didn't deserve to be in 8th place, and I still don't think they deserve to be in that middle table, because I
Yeah,
felt like they played amazing against
yeah.
Praetorian. We
So
saw
they
a
did.
lot of utility, we saw a lot of intel gathering, etc., which worked for both teams. And for today, Vega Esports just, it was kind of weird for both teams, but it was MS to bring themselves back on top, which again was a very odd way of how I'm used to seeing Villa, because intel is so crucial on that map, utility is so crucial on that map, especially grenades. But both teams just didn't use it to fruition, I feel. But regardless of that,
Yeah,
Oregon is next.
yeah. Oregon is next, and a 10-minute break for both teams as we head to the break. As you get 10 minutes to just do a quick flash before you walk on. Have a good break, and I think Vega Esports have a think, and MS have a think about their gameplay and their game style, and really push it forward into the next map, which is being Oregon, and head to a 10-minute break. See you after that.
Control here. He's actually on blue with the diffuser, so they can't plant yet. They have got the site control, but they haven't got the diffuse. He's pushed behind. Gorgo's got a 2K! What's going on? He gets a kill. Mathos gets the flank behind. Gorgo plans going down behind the blue barriers, but he doesn't know where they are. Plans going down. He doesn't see him. Mathos is just looking at denial. impact tricking at this point. But actually, the plant's going down. Prophet gets a kill onto Lasma. It's a 5 versus 3 situation. But I don't think they actually realise that the plant's going down. Yes, the plank has actually gone down. Gecko gets a kill with the impact. And make that 5.
You found some picks, and they're probably not in the best position to get that plant down anyway. But a wonderful opening pick onto Hunter the Thorn off the table, and this is going to give him the signal to flood on in upstairs. He's already taken that bar present, taken that control. No rotate between these two sides, but the Vault player is swinging into his domain. Bar on a double kill shuts down Spliz, and he's going to be looking for even more. P13 takes some damage on red stairs. He's going to be forced to fall back, but Critical, he's the next one to take on the challenge, and Bart, a triple kill. There's no stopping him now when this is
Maybe a small people now. I did hear barricades being taken out, but that is the shield already gone. He has to be careful here forever of where he's peeking. The first kill bomb.
There's a refrapping onto the Goyo. There's no time left for the plant. It has to be Havana now, so it's basically a 1v3 for Avok. Avok does not even survive, and now they get denied as well. It's
Walking closet here. Very risky position to be in with that right side hole being opened, and more importantly, the left side of that triple wall also being opened. Zarok gets the first kill onto Raku. They've got the angles from Humble Academy. That walking closet is almost immediately there. A bit aggressive Devon Struso as Zarok manages to find him out, but he's down to 10 HP. He's just taking damage from every single position here, and he's got 35 seconds to make something work. He's going to go from this console. It's a beautiful kill onto Case in there. Triple kill on the round. Will he be able to find the 4th kill for the clutch? 30 seconds there, just dancing around, just a lot of damage onto Bar. It's all up to this situation. They're both one shot. One shot will finish this round. Oh, Bar's just going to hide in this corner. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does. Sour gets the 4K clutch.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tat League here today. Vega Esports playing off against MS on the second map, being Oregon. As we saw, first map was Villa, Vega's map choice, and MS came on top 7-5. A strong start for MS, and they had a strong defense to really set the tone off that game. And heading on to Oregon, we've seen Oregon a lot of times here, right? Oregon, very common map. We've seen it many times. Vega Esports, obviously, they did lose that their own map, and they really want to go into this with a positive mindset, and same with MS, trying to keep that momentum going. But 1B, Oregon it is. We saw Oregon on Wednesday when I casted with you previously, and we saw Equilibrium dropped a 5k and ace, very first round, so we can see some of that fire hopefully being brought in on Oregon, and I can't wait to see what both teams bring for us today.
Very possible, especially with the way that MS were able to start off Villa with some ex- really good firepower, not just from one player, but everybody was getting in on the kills. More specifically, Adrian and Kreese, who
Yeah,
Adrian I think went 13-4, Kreese went
13, yeah.
11-6, and so that just tells the tale of Machine Soldiers, and obviously they had a lot of players around us too who went off as well, and
Golf
before.
heavy, you know.
Yeah, Sloth had a lot of good openers for Machine Souls, especially on the defense. I remember Lemons on the ace having some pretty good impactful kills too. Heavy had his ups and downs, but was most definitely solid throughout the whole entire matchup. And now we head on to Oregon, but we have to wait a little bit longer. But Squishy, we talked about a little bit about Villa and the negatives and positives for both teams, and now that both teams already will head straight into Oregon, and we talked about intel gathering, but we talked about the lack of util
Utility, yeah.
usage, and Oregon is even worse, if not just the same as Villa in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that you need to work as more as a team, but Oregon, you can't have one man just absolutely run it for your team in Oregon. It's a similar, I mean, it's possible. Like, you can have, like, a solid 4 rounds, I would say. One person pops off, right? It can completely carry, but there will be times and places and some certain sites where it just gets completely blocked off and nothing's possible, but Nook will fall, and a shock for both teams, as both teams actually ran knock. We saw knocked by we saw Nook by Oxyd, and who else did we see Nook of? On
I
MS
believe it was
side.
Heavy.
Yeah, it was Heavy. I don't really have a massive impact. I say knock. You didn't really need to go knock to find those kind of kills. Yeah, you feel sneaky, but I think you could just shift walk or crouch walk. Upside red, upside, up red stairs, and find those kills, which Nook did that route with that map. That's okay. Not surprised at all. Wouldn't be surprised if Mira falls, but Flores on the board here, right? We did see Flores against on Wednesday 1B. And Flores was just immeasurable damage to any single site, and Jaeger falls as well. Strong operator bans. We do see Jaeger and Nook, which are most unexpected, but I mean, Jaeger is very strong, especially on elbow, especially on any kind of shield gameplay in Attic. If it's Attic on Kids Gaming, if it's Kids on Dining Kitchen, if it's elbow on Basement, it's very strong. Speaking of Basement, it will be the first place there you go on the defense.
Yep, basement is going to be the primary site for Vega. And the interesting part about the the Jaeger ban is, obviously we talk about Flores being very crucial. Well, why is he crucial on Oregon? Well, there are a lot of power positions that can be removed from Flores with just one single Rotero drone, especially on this basement site, and more specifically in Elbow, where Shinji just might be playing behind a shield,
Defenders,
and
protect your
without the
bombs from
support
being
of
defused by
ADSs,
attackers.
and not a Wamai picked from Vega. If they decide to hold on to Elbow, well, I really wouldn't understand why they should just. I feel like if they don't have the Wamai in this situation, and since Jaeger is banned out, I wouldn't hold on to Elbow. I just reinforce it all up, and I don't know, just play a little bit more passively with
Yeah,
the
not
smoke.
worth.
It's not worth it, but it looks like they're gonna play Elbow
Attackers have
anyways
discovered
with
the
the
location of a
smoke.
bomb.
They
That
have the
Wamai.
Malusi. Yeah, they don't have Wamai, and they
10
also
seconds left.
they have a Malusi. They have a mute, but I mean, not a
Wait,
great. I'm
wait,
not
wait,
too
wait,
convinced with
wait,
this.
wait, wait,
And a
wait.
castle.
Look at the right hand side of your screen.
Attackers are moving to defuse
Yep.
the bomb.
They know. They know.
Uh-oh.
They know.
Oh, it's
It seems like
coming! The rush!
Machine Soldiers know. And look at this, they're gonna
They
take
know.
full advantage of the fact that, well, they don't have a Jaeger, they don't have a Wamai. The Blitz is the first one to go in. The smoke might just die, and I told you, I don't know why you played that position. You don't have a Wamai. I don't see any mutes around that area. Another player does fall, but Machine Soldiers, the main count is even. Adrian does die on that Finka. And Lemons, he finds himself in the corner. The Fuser is nowhere on them apart from on Kreese, who plants, I believe that's his default. Momo finds another kill. He's getting pressed though in Freezer. This looks like a round for Machine Soldiers as Heavy finds another. There goes the Ash to fall though. 2v2 post plant. Oh, 2v1 post plant. Kreese hiding in
Defenders
elbow.
have located the diffuser.
30 seconds left for these two defenders.
It's winnable for Creed as he has the diffuser right on the rotate, and it's probably predictable that he's playing in elbow or bunker. I mean, it's very seeable. Goes to the free fire, quick round the corner, he has to go for one, but he finds the second though, but he runs around the shield, he's running away, going straight outside into bunker, just waiting for the plant. The swing comes off the shotgun and he downs him. Does he get a shooting time though? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't. No. That is a solid round by MS. Rush. It worked. It definitely got
Attackers win.
Definitely got Vega off guard. But I mean, the rush, it wasn't that impactful, right? But it won the round and it did its job. A free round for MS to start it off with a good tone and a good way to enter into Oregon.
Interesting thing about that round was the fact that while mute was picked, and that could have most definitely helped to disrupt the blitz that just ran in and flashed the smoke of, I believe that was Shinji. The issue with that round was, again, you don't bring a Wamai. For the elbow hold. You know, Jaeger is banned, so Wamai should be using the situation. Vega Esports not bringing Wamai onto the
Attackers need to
second
locate
floor.
and defuse as many
And
bombs as they
I don't
can.
really think it's that big of a deal, especially not on kids. I actually do, especially if they want to hold on to Attic. And you know, the thing is, since they banned the Jaeger, why would they not go on to Wamai? I'm not too sure what this is right now.
I mean, I think the point of that smoke was to just place a smoke grenades, place maybe 2, possibly even 3, waste time, right? But I mean, it can work. But if there's 3 players in bunker, there's no chance working. Guaranteed one of them's gonna have
5
something
seconds
to
left
break,
before insertion.
something to break the shield, and there's nothing to cover the shield, right? No one even on playing Psycho. Not playing Psycho, not playing box. It was just that smoke alone. And with everyone else on site, they got site extremely quickly. And I mean, the 3 rounds, we see already the aggression coming out from Creed with the Ying and the obviously Fink to follow, but I can't really say Fink is a rushing operator. She's just an immeasurable, powerful operator in any kind of situation, rush or not. But we do see Ying and go. Won't see that Fink gameplay anymore as Spocky's on a roll with his second kill onto Adrian off a headshot. As he will still be aggressive, hopefully try and find one and then drop back. We'll try and go for the jungle peak, trying to get some intel. Might actually find Ace. This killer will bullet. And that's enough for him, he says, is just press the Twitch stone. He does find Adrian without a shadow of a doubt, and with 2 minutes left on the clock, slow execute might be the option for MS.
Thing about Adrian falling first is it's kind of ironic because Finka was banned on Villa, and Adrian made some like little quips about it. He was like, well, I think when they switched up to the attack, he was like, oh well, we still got an LMG on Fuse. Momo Hansen grabbing another.
Yeah.
But then now picking that he's the first one to die on both occasions for Machine Soldiers. And in this round, it's made even worse so because, well, Vega, they keep extending their lead. There's no trade so far for Machine Soldiers. They're not in any good position to trade this out. Heavy almost falls on the top of main. And, okay, there he goes. Finally, Spocky dies because there is a player in Kreese able to watch out for that swing. But not a good position for MS to be in, especially due to the fact that Opti, with the Nitro, he gets spotted out. He gets pre-fired. He gets down to such low HP. Nitro finally ripped. Doesn't hit it. Spark, and it's a swing from Heavy to claim it. Oh my god, he gets a second! 2 kills for Heavy. Machine Soldiers were at a 5v2. And as Adrian says, he's just better. Pistol whips both of these Vega Esports players. And now only 2 of them remain, and one of them is on very low HP smoke.
It's very possible here for MS trying to find the second round. So come on, just have the using contenders and they will finally be used. Those have to remain. The rush comes in, the shotgun in hand though. Needs to swing. Well, the 1v2, the 2v5 so winnable, and yes it is. Heavy finishes it off and 1v from the double kill with the pistol to the easy 2v5, I believe that was. A solid way to completely set the tone for the whole Oregon map. The pressure on Vega Esports, Machine Soldiers ready to get these 3 points of Vega on Oregon. It is their map, it is their home, Oregon. As we did see them in the finals on season 6, and this is how they won it, really.
I'm at a loss for words, especially from Heavy. I mean, what the hell was that? He decides to take matters into his own hands. It wasn't with the first kill. That was Kreese, who was in trophy, able to grab
Attackers need to
Sparky,
locate
but
and
it
defuse
was
as many bombs as they
the
can.
2 first floor engagements. Obviously, the one in Classroom, he was probably going to win that one due to the fact of Oxy just being pinned down in that area, and it's very hard to escape, especially once the attackers are wise to where you're at. I felt like Vega in that 2v5 could have done a lot better, but again, the first floor engagement started off with Oxy, who died on that in Classroom, and then after that, a kill that Heavy should not have gotten, he got it anyways with the pistol with Maryland, and he was able to get those 2 remaining
left.
kills for Machine Soldiers, a quad for Heavy at the end of the day on the Twitch F2.
5 seconds
Now
left.
Vega Esports, well, the basement site fell, the second floor site also fell, but
Attackers are moving
they're going
out
to
to
try
locate a
second
bomb and
floor
defuse it.
yet again.
So we're gonna have to try something. If you do see Kid venue, it is the strongest site, I would say. Either that or basement, but I would say Kid is the strongest. They will try to forget. I mean, they played it perfectly. It's just Heavy, man. I mean, Heavy got an amazing triple, right? I mean, Treat was their spot in the game. And Adrian will, instead of dying first, he will get first blood, taking out Spocky. He was a Rooney. No, he took him out. I don't believe, did he take him out? There's some revengeance there. For Adrian with 2 nades into Sloth's hand. Make that one now as he takes out the breach, right? Good utility use, which we didn't see from. Not trying to be mean, we didn't see that much from Villa either. In whole, Heavy just find Oxy D, and instead of 2 kills from Vega, it's 2 kills from MS to start the round. They're gonna try and look for their third round, exactly what they did on the defense on Villa. Get that massive head start to really put Vega underneath pressure. They already one map down, they don't want to make it 2. Merlin just didn't get naded off. Merlin just finds Heavy though, so pressure comes out from Iana. It's got very low speed now with 0 nades left, and SD will get swung by Singed on the breach. As Vega will find another, and Merlin does find 2. Make that a 2v2 now as double for Adrian as he trades back Sanji. Eventually Lemon getting swung on. 2v2 here, very winnable for Vega Esports, even though they did lose some members, but I mean a solid start.
I mean, you know what? MS had that deficit last time, or it was like a
bomb has been
5vx or
located.
something like that, and Vega were clearly in the lead. For this round, it started off just the same way, but in opposite form. MS having a really good start, and Vega fighting back. In Maryland, I mean, I think that is 2 kills for the Malusi in this round so far. Able to get 1 onto the window player as well, so that's a very crucial kill from him. But you know, from below, Adrian, he could have dispatched the Mariner fairly easily. Right now, MS, well, they're lacking on time. Only 50 seconds left to go for the attackers, but also intel is one player has to drone, the other one has to go for frags. Both of those frag grenades not hitting its mark, and I think Adrian also took some damage
Bomb
from his
located by
own nade
attackers.
due to the explosion radius. The Yin Candelas going out, smoke grenades also joining those Candelas as they pop flash like it's a rave in a nightclub. They're not hitting their marks, neither nor do the frag grenades I've mentioned before. If I want him playing a close angle in Attic, might just have to act here as Maryland's gonna get pressed. There goes the swing and it makes for Momoham, and he only has Adrian to find as well as he gets pressured. Vega Esports, 10 seconds left for them to claim their very first round on Oregon. It's a triple kill for Adrian on the round, and he has to find another 1v1, but he gets shut down with the Mossberg close range, and it is Vega to get their first round on Oregon.
Yeah, it came out to the close as Adrian nearly clutched with a quad. all his name, but I mean, no throwing with a shotgun on the close corner, even though he knew he was there. It's an easy round for Vega Esports. They found the three frags off MS. Was it? Yeah, it was MS who found the early kills, and Vega Esports instantly fight back, especially with the swings coming out. The aggressive plays actually won them that round, right? Even though Heavy fell first, he didn't actually play that aggressive. I did say he did at the time, but now that I look back at it, it was the aggression which came out from Vega which won that round. They swung the breach, they killed out Zesty. They swung Yana, they killed out. They swung main window, crouched up close, really unexpected place. But hopefully MS
Attackers need to
can
locate and
spot
defuse
that out
as many
now.
bombs as they can.
And Vega Esports won't be at their safe place for long, as they will go back to basement. They did lose by a rush. They will go and Maru. I think it's going to be a quick top down then, as they're obviously not going kids or dining, as they do know they're going basement. I think it's going to be a top clean, quick clear, top down from Creed, and maybe looking to get hatches with the Ibana.
I think that's the most direct approach. Creed's not going onto the blitz as he did in the very first round, and deciding to
10
go
seconds to
on.
insertion.
Well, an operator that's just as aggressive in the Amaro.
5
Again,
seconds left.
like you said, probably for MS, they're looking to clear top down. And, well,
Attackers
Vega
are moving
Esports,
out
they
to
have
locate a bomb
at
and
least
defuse it.
like 2 players who are holding on to this middle floor. So I think that might help them in the end. The only thing about Amaro that kind of sucks is just her ability. I mean, this is cool, right? But like, she can't really do much with it. It's just you get to repel into windows. There's no value from it other than to catch the defenders off guard. Obviously, there's no players playing in large
I mean,
towers, so
I think
no
it might.
value gained from that. But the only thing that another thing that's also good is this LMG from the GSG9. But can Kreese hit his shots? Yes, he can, and it is Spooky to fall first. Now that is a good pick for MS because that is part of the middle floor that was in control for Vega Esports. The rest of their players have also dropped back onto site. And for MS, that's free map control unless you see a big flank coming in from Shinji up Freezer.
I mean, talk about being unexpected. I mean, Creed definitely was unexpected there. As I don't think Spocky was ready. Pressure coming down from backstairs. From soft on the floor as well, trying to get that Banshee, which is unlivable in that scenario. In that situation there. And this is where Hibana starts to get the hatches as the top down clear is very quickly without any meeting pressure from Spocky anymore. I mean, top control is all in MS's hands, and
Bomb has been located.
it's an extremely easy winnable round. They have all this pressure from every single hatch. It's got to be up to one member from Vega to get this flank and to just shut down this vertical control. Might be Merlin, because I do see he was up a couple of stairs, but it's just applying pressure on Strikeo's situation now. But I mean, Machine Soldiers, they have so many options, so many choices. Including the fact that Vega Esports, they have 2 players facing bunker. They might go Laundry or Freezer side. Let's get the late front in Laundry Sloth to just apply some pressure. Make sure that they can't rotate easily. And to keep these 2 crosshairs facing towards him. Entry comes in with the flash alongside. Heavy pushes on Laundry first as Oxy D gets a kill onto Agent. 4v4 now, 50 seconds remain. Shotgun close, but no one there to push in. Freezers find one on Sinji, make that a 3v3, and Sloth finally decides to push in. Now Vega, they equalize this main on the ball with 40 seconds left. Fuser still in hand, but Creed's close rotate to stop the push. 1 smoke grenade left and 2 impacts in the hand of Vega. Let's decide to push in and go for the plant. Lemon still hasn't pushed in to get the plant down, but an easy nade for Heavy as he finds a 2v3. Close rotate, Creed will go for the swing and make that a triple for him. There's a 1v3 from Momo Ham. Last on the highway, and Heavy, it's an easy kill for him. It takes out Merlin, and a solid round to get their third.
Yep. MS, the easy, basically Vega Esports giving them control of first floor so easily. Again, they did lose a player very early on, so that inspired that. And there's nothing wrong with dropping off of the first floor and back onto the basement site. The issue with it though is if you can't really deny the late round push that came from MS at the end. They had a couple of kills going for Momo Ham for them, but after that it was an MS round through and through, especially with the pinch from Laundry Freezer. Sloth didn't really have an impact from his position, but it made Vega Esports focus
Attackers
on that
need to
side for a
locate
little
and
bit
defuse as
because
many
they were
bombs as they
panicking,
can.
trying to focus on everything else around them.
Yeah, I mean, Storm had no impact playing bunker. But he wasted 2 crosshairs placing on that window. That's all. They eventually got the kill, but the fact that they had 2 crosshairs on that double door for such a long time, it allowed quicker. We'll go back there again, try again. They know what they did wrong, and they're going to try and just play it differently this time.
Let's see what they do here. I mean, they do
10
bring
seconds
in the
remaining.
Wamai. I believe they brought it in last round as well, so I'm not forgetting that. They brought in
5
the
seconds to
Wamai
go.
last round, and while it didn't really help in the grand scheme of things,
Attackers
it
must
is
locate
certainly
and
an
defuse the
adjustment
bomb.
for Vega Esports because I was very surprised they didn't bring it in the first round again because they were holding elbow, and you need util denial in order to hold down elbow, so you don't get grenaded very easily, so you don't get flashed very easily, and also maybe even a mute jammer too, so you can disrupt Flores drones from ever entering that domain. But I digress. They bring both the mute and Omai this round, so that's very good to see. Now the thing here for Vega Esports is it's going to be a little bit of a different hold from them. You see one player on the second floor, a couple players on the middle floor, just to deny MS easy map control. And I feel like their first point of contact is most definitely going to be the Malusi, who's playing an Addict, but it depends on how aggressive the Malusi is. If the Malusi dies very early on, obviously that's a bad thing for Vega Esports because that's very early, that's extremely early map control for Vega, but it doesn't even have to be, or not Vega, sorry, very easy map control for MS, but it doesn't even have to be Maryland who falls first. It's actually Spooky who's spotting playing on those USA stairs, and that's a nitro still off of the board for the mute. Maryland playing above, and Addict is going to deny some Habana pellets though, but for the most part he falls as well. And again, it's just good. It's good positioning from MS, yes, but also good ability to pick off these players one by one, and they do it again.
Loading new magazine! List ready!
You find one shot back, you find another.
Bomb has been located.
Very simple gameplay for Vega, and it's working out. The swing comes out, and now the 1v5 for Sinji to clutch it out. He is in laundry, just have a PSG5 in hand. Will find one. One pushing Freezer headlights and will get pinched out by Creed and by both Freezer. And basement laundry didn't work out a second time. Well, it didn't work out a third time, as they did lose it. I think that's their third loss on floor, if I'm correct. They will head back to Kids Dogs. Not surprising at all. I don't think Dining Kitchen is a strong way to go, but I mean, Vega Esports, considering that it is a defensive map, right, it is a strong defensive map. You definitely do have the advantage on the defensive side, but if they get a 1-5 half, it's easy for MS on the defenses. All they need is 2 rounds. But if they get the 4-2, it's very winnable. They come back, it's always there on the 4-2 half, because it's a strong half, attacking or defending. Just depends how you do on each side. But considering this is MS's map pick, I don't think that MS are going to let it fail away from that easily. From them, that easily.
Yeah, I mean, the common theory for a lot of teams when it comes to these best of threes and when they end up going on their own map pick is that they can defend it, they can defend the map properly, but they also can attack it properly as well. And that's what we're seeing from Machine Soldiers. And we saw this same deficit, we saw this same half for Vega Esports on their own map pick of Villa, where Machine Soldiers, funnily enough, were on a defense, not the attack. And for a majority of that half, the first half of Villa, they were rolling over Vega Esports, and now they're doing it again. But for Machine Soldiers, the goal here is to take a 5-1 half. They want no mercy for Vega Esports, and I made a mistake earlier on saying that Machine Soldiers would propel up into 4th above Laburnum. Actually, they would, if they get a win here today, they will be just below Laburnum, just above QVG. So in between those 2 teams in 5th place, whereas QVG would drop, Laburnum would retain their 4th place positions. But we have to see how round difference plays a hand in here today. And I saw the Legion, or I can't remember who that was on Freezer Stairs, playing a little bit aggressively, and he's going to be the first point of contact. Oh no, sorry, that was Spocky playing on these top of Freezer Stairs. He does get droned out, but it should be an easy kill if he does get aggressive. And there you go, there's a player in server. Spocky doesn't know that Soft is that well positioned in server, and he dies.
In server, right? And the only way you can get in server is if you go through that goal, which probably was holding, but I mean, just a sly play from MS working out for them. Merlin does get the swing onto Crazy. That's fine as well as Merlin finally comes ahead. We make that a 3v4 in favor of Vega. The swing, the aggression coming up from Momo Ham is fine. I'm trying really feeling himself this game, unlike on Villa. He's got 9 kills on 3 KDs, feeling himself, playing aggressive and making himself feel comfortable. Trying to find this second round for him, making this 4-2 split, making the game winnable. Trying to find the draw, as they're already one map down. But Adrian is soft the clutch. I mean, he's got a gun, and when he's got a gun, he can definitely use it. But no, it's Momo Ham. He's going ham right now. And Adrian falls in like a gun. Not on Adrian's side, as Momo Ham's just, he's going ham this round. I think he's really fouled himself. He's playing aggressive, and it's unexpected for MS, as they're usually the team to be aggressive.
Freeze makes a little joke. This guy should be a player. Well, unfortunately for you, he is a player, but also, unfortunately for you, double unfortunate. He's on the opposite team, and he just got a 3K in this round. So Rock is going to be the last player alive. There's not really a lot he can do from this position. He has 2 Terror drones from the flash grenade. He just used one of the 2 flash grenades in Attic, but other than that, he's going to be struggling against the many angles that Vega Esports are holding on this big window. The only way that Vega Esports loses this is if they all just peek him one by one and then slot them. He's that great of an individual player. He's been every single one of those together. The issue with for Machine Soldiers that round was obviously not shutting down Momohem as soon as he was able to swing onto the player pushing up main stairs. That surrendered diffuser at the bottom of main. Machine Soldiers, they seemed a little bit stuck. They seemed stunned after that wild round from Momo. And that is another round for Vega Esports. And it's the first of, well, what seemed to have been many, because Machine Soldiers were rolling over them for a majority of that attack.
Yeah, solid gameplay in the first half of this map, Oregon. And now it's time for Machine Soldiers to carry on their damage, which they've already started as with a 40 split on Oregon. Their map choice, it's looking like Vega Esports are going to pull something out of the hat. Pull the cat out of the hat. Very good saying, as I said before.
Oh
Why?
That's such a, that's not even the right saying. You don't pull a cat out of a hat.
You put a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah.
But it doesn't rhyme.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Put a rabbit out of a hat. They're gonna put the rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, I did that.
You purposely did that to not make it.
Rabbit out of the hat.
You're not even pronouncing rabbit correctly.
I know, but that means it won't rhyme. Rabbit out of the hit.
What are you talking about?
They're gonna pull the rabbit out of the kit.
Well, how can you pull a rabbit out of a kit? You gotta think about these things.
A knit.
Oh, come on.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. They're gonna pull the rabbit out of a alpha pack. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna pull a rabbit out of the alpha pack and hopefully try and get black ice. I mean, this is what they're hoping for. They're looking for some crispy soda plays, as we saw from Momo on the sledge, and this is what they have to follow up with. And Adrian, he might find a kill here. He might find a kill here. He's gonna go for the swing. Oh, he's close. He nearly takes out Merlin's head, but he's a bit too early. And he actually could have got that if he was a bit more patient. But the way that the aggression coming out from MS does not stop. Defense or attack, they're always at it. And them trying to find some kills from Big Tower, and nothing seems to be working. But they will find their ways now soon enough. As the entry comes out from Vega Esports from Small Tower, and both main is I don't know what the push is. It might obviously result in a master. There's no pressure coming from Attic side. I think it's going to result in a master push as Adrian gets depleted as he's left on around 10 HP. People are getting taken out, and Merlin slowly pushes up hallway, try and pick on these 2 players playing on the first floor.
Yep, he just got the kill with the first kill with the twin drone, and there goes another entry for Vega Esports to go their way. Lemons falls, and also Sloth falls too, so that is most definitely going to be Machine Soldiers licking their wounds as they try and regain their composure and regain themselves in this matchup. And we saw early aggression from Kreese on into that master bedroom, looking to peek out of the doorway, but he didn't get nothing
Bomb
from it. And
defused
I'm
by
pretty
attackers.
sure with the situation that MS are in now, he probably wished he should have. But regardless of that, what the hell? Oh, Heavy rotated through Attic, decides to jump out the window, and he doesn't get anything from it because Vega Esports, every single player is inside of the map right now. Oh, okay, that's where he rotated. That is a funky rotate. Oh, okay, no, now I know why he made it. I'm not gonna explain it because it takes too long. But it made it in 5 left for the attackers, so they got a bunch of time. They have the Ying on the main window, and with that, they can make some plays and they can make some magic happen and make this kid's dorm room into a nightclub with a bunch of flashy lights. They're not colorful. They're all very bright lights. Shinji might have an opportunity though to get a kill. The smoke grenade comes out just to delay onto this big window. Freeze does rotate right in front of him though, falls, and now Heavy's in the 1v4 situation. Tries to kill on top of main, but it is Sparky to spot him out, and it is Heavy to fall, and also Machine Soldiers to lose. Vega Esports to win. 4-3 is the score.
4-3. They slowly grow back, one round by one round at a time. And I mean, I've said about this 5 times already, but it's winnable for Vega Esports. They need to get destroyed. They really don't want to lose on a 2-0 map deficit. And going Kid Storm again, Machine Soldier's going to switch something around. I mean, is it going to be Aiden trying to find the opening kill? Trying to get first blood on the aggressive players, or is it them trying to play a bit more passive, waiting for them to push? As we do see Vega Esports slowly making themselves more aggressive,
Defenders,
fighting
protect
fire
your
with
bombs
fire.
from being defused by
And
attackers.
as we saw from Momo at the last round of the defense, it's kind of leaked into the attack. I don't know if that's on purpose. Don't know if they're playing, but it's definitely working out if it is on purpose. And it's about time which Vega Esports really start getting aggressive and really putting MS in an uncomfortable spot. But either way, Machine Soldiers there. They won last season for a solid reason. They're definitely going to be expecting a bit more of an aggression, a bit more of a solid team coming out from Vega Esports. As they
10 seconds to
as
insertion.
I haven't actually said this when they have been using to see a
5
lot
seconds
more
left before
for
insertion.
both teams here. In terms of drones, in terms of their utility in general.
Attackers must
Yep.
locate
I
and
think that's
defuse
made
the
obvious
bomb.
by how much we're not talking about the lack of
Yeah.
usage and also the lack of intel gathering. Because I feel like at this point it has been, I feel like going pretty decent for both teams. They have been now. Teams are more aware of where everybody is placed at on the map, if the attackers get in or if the defenders are being aggressive. Especially you see that one play throw for Maryland. It does spot out Freeze, and he could be the first one to be pinched on his first floor if Vega Esports are able to play it correctly. But yeah, like, we haven't been talking about it for a very good reason.
Has
Again, both of
someone
these teams
died?
doing better. No, nobody's died, but Creed
Why does it
was
set the
started out.
top 4v5?
Because that's CGY. That's a bug.
I was so confused. I missed something or something. Yeah. I thought something happened.
No, that's been like that. They have not decided to fix it. But I mean, hey, look, now you can put a space between both of the teams' names. So there goes the positive, right?
Yeah, that's a big dub. Big dub is tripping, says in the back.
Couldn't do it. You had to put like an underscore at first. It was just a pain in the buttocks. But anyways, Vega Esports, well, they look to approach this site from the first floor and then make their way up to the top like they did last round. It was a systematic approach, almost like what we saw MS do a couple of rounds ago, where they picked off these players one by one. But that's not systematic. That didn't go to plan. Momo falls early, and it's MS with the early man advantage.
Now it's 4v5 is right. It's actually 4v5.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Nah, seriously, a good opening frag by MS is their top fragger on this map. Momo falls out. Oh my god. Momo does fall, and it's a strong start for MS's with 1 minute left. So Vega Esports, they don't have much on the board here. They might have a kill as Merlin gets a crispy kill onto Creed. And with 1 minute on the dot left remaining, Heavy's going to be slowly rotating up Freezer. Hopefully start shift working here. We'll start the crouch. It's much more silent. Hopefully there won't be a drone there to spot him, as I don't think there is. But it's going to be the big window execute up white stairs. And with a slight pinch from Trophy. We're swapping down. Big windows very open for the entry. Ying and Candela's going in. Oxy D finds one, but the flank coming out from Heavy does find another. MF5 gets a kill, and from the C4 below, Sinji will fall. And I have this information though, but it is a 2v3 in turn. Make that a 1v3 as the knife comes out and finish play. Just get downed and 26 is left. Spock in the window. It's an unwinnable situation. MS will not throw this unless Spocky spin bots in the air. No diffuser in hand. He has to rush in in the site here. I don't think he's gonna pull the rabbit out of the apple pack here. Yeah.
No, okay,
He'll find one. Yeah, I mean, he'll find one. He'll take the five kills and 6 deaths and hopefully try and get a positive KD before the game ends.
Interesting round, a good round from MS. And it started off with that first kill on the first floor against Momohan on the sledge. And like I said, Vega Esports looked to the attack the same way that they attacked it in the previous round. Before that, taking control of first floor, looking to get some early easy picks, and then looking to build off of those easy picks. They didn't get the first pick. It was Heavy who got the first one down in meeting. Momo just rushes into meeting through the double doors. He falls, and then Vega Esports' chance of winning that round also falls because he's the
Attackers
hot
need to
hand, and you
locate
need to
and defuse
continue
as many
feeding
bombs
him.
as they can.
And instead of the sledge this round, he's gonna go on to Sophia, and I think that is a wise choice, especially because Sophia's in a very powerful fragging operator at the moment. Again, he's the hot hand, and you need to continue feeding him. But who isn't the hot hand for Vega Esports is Oxy. Oxy had a decent map last time out on Villa, and right now he's in more aggressive roles. He's on the entry. He's the main form of aggression for Vega Esports on the defense, as we saw in the first half when they were playing defense. And right now he's not feeling it right now in this map.
No, it's not. Maybe it's the map. Maybe it's just the loss gone to his head. But
Attackers' objective is to
Momo
locate a
has
bomb and defuse
confidently
it.
stepped in. I think he's put himself as the injuries he's just a fear. But as I said, with an LMG, with a 2 times an ACOG and 1.5 at your expense, and with the amount of util, 3 breaches, 2 stuns and 2 explosives, it can really shake the defensive side, and that will be MS for this. It wasn't Shield, but we do see Mirror, right? Mirror did not get banned, neither did it do on Villa, but we did not see it once on Villa. We are seeing it now. We'll place one and more for the angle, all the way from Cubby all the way to back freezer, and I'm guessing there's one in box as well. And with 2 C4s in the side, I think it's the first time we've seen 2 C4s in there. This might be unfortunate for Vega. There's a shotgun, and I don't think he knows it's there. C4 goes out. Will it connect though? No, it doesn't. But Momo is very low speed. Finger Surge just managed to get some HP back, but Heavy will drop back now. He goes straight back up. He's playing around there. He wants to play an aggressive position. He's trying to find 12th, maybe 13th kill was. That shotgun close range is dangerous one, but it can absolutely demonetize Vega Esports. Yeah, I said
I was like, this
demolished.
YouTube. Oh my God, Slock! They don't know. Vega did not drone down this top floor despite wanting to take control of the hatches in Attic, or the hatch in Attic in particular. Now they know Slock's position, but it is at the expense of a man, and it is barely down. He making himself a second. What is Oxy doing? What are Vega doing? Oh, it could have been a third as well. Slock finally falls for Vega. That's 2 men down, and again, it's your entry fraggers off of the board. Hatches have been gotten from the Habana. Here comes another Heavy with the Mossberg. And it is another kill on the board for Machine Soldiers. This Vega Esports attack, this Vega Esports attack has fallen apart, and it doesn't look like it's going to recover soon. Now 50 seconds left. Extend for these attackers. Diffuser is in hand, and Machine Soldiers, for the most part, they seem to have back off. They're playing for time, and I mean, they have the smoke grenades, they have the nitro cells, they have the whole kit and caboodle to be able to deny the late aggression, the late push from Vega Esports. Now, their main focus is going to be on this E-Box hatch, which they were able to pop, but also Momoham. This may be important for Vega Esports. Keep your eye on this. Rushing himself into freezer. He might find himself one and finds himself a
15 seconds
second.
to go.
No, Heavy escapes at the last moment. The bench is being destroyed. 10 seconds left for the attackers.
bomb diffuser
Or
has
yeah,
been
10
dropped.
seconds left for the attackers. And Shinji finally
5
falls to
seconds
1v3 from Momo. It might just be too much for him, and it is. It's Kreese to put Machine Soldiers, and I believe that is match point.
What do you think to say about the round? I'm not trying to sound like a really fat nerd or a weirdo just taking loads of notes, but what I did see was we were complimenting Vega in specifically and also MS on the side, but it was Vega in this situation scenario that they were losing out on that. We were saying they had so much good utility users, they had so much good droning, they had flank cams, but then it falls, right? It did have flank cams. I think I've seen a couple flank cams, but this is where MS they've decided to flank, because Villa we saw loads of flank and loads of aggressive places. It's a very large open map, but now it's come to close quarters and they're ready for the peaks and the peak switch coming out by MS and make themselves onto match point. But another thing which I have to say is the fact that what was I going to say? My brain. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I was going to say one thing. Try to remember because my brain is so much information. I can't remember everything. This is a shocker for me. Oh, poor form from me. I've got to be honest. But it's completely left my brain. Completely, it's just disappeared. I was going to say something about that round. I was going to say.
Attackers need
Oh
to
yeah, that's what I was
locate
going to
and
say.
defuse bombs.
So basing off what we saw, especially last round, even on Villa, every single round, MS they find early kills and they prepare. They base their setup off the fact that they found early kills and they put pressure on Vega. They save their smoke grenades, they save their C4s, they save and play behind their shields, and they base on the fact they know that they base, or they don't base, but they hope that their aggressive entries and roamers find the kills which they need, the impact frags, slow down the attackers,
10 seconds left.
and then let pressure get, let time get, let
5
pressure.
seconds remaining.
Let time get to pressure and let Vega Esports just walk into the hole which they're doing. And you saw so much utility being held by MS to stop the late game execute, as that's what's been happening. It's always late. It's always coming down to the last 20 seconds every single round, or 90% of rounds, where Vega Esports needs to push in. They do have diffuser, right, but they need to push in and they walk into MS's crossfire and their defense 7. That's what they've been basing off, and it has been working. As you can see, 6-3. Vega Esports taking the timeout to hopefully switch something around as they need 3 rounds in a row. We did see this on Wednesday when I cast with you with the Maestro Esports against Praetorian, but will it happen again?
We shall see. Timeouts can they can make or break you, because there's a lot of things being said in those timeouts, right? Like there can be arguments, there can be like the IGL calming down the rest of the team and saying, hey, look, let's try a different approach. And well, now with the introduction of the attacker retake, this is good for Vega because, well, they have all the time in the world in the prep phase to be able to adjust their lineup to what MS are bringing them. It's a bit of a slower push, a slower start for Vega Esports as they lose that active early aggression onto this meeting hall site. Heavy rotating right in front of the main breach. He should have been punished, but no, he's left unchecked. He pushes himself in a very aggressive position, and right in front of him is going to be on the court in Lemons, and if he's left unchecked, Vega Esports might have a lot to do with it. He pushed himself. Oh my God, Vega will not know about this. He pushes himself in a very unexpected position. Oxy playing on the back of those stairs in the middle floor, and Vega, they have a lot of time to work with, but their intel gathering thus far will not put them on their finish line. It is falling.
I mean, from that timeout, you would expect they would get benefits fall and Lemon's going to have a big impact. But no, 2 kills coming up from Momo. Finally in place, back into the game from that smoke. Triple kill. Kreese was there, getting the close swing, but all he has to do is wait. Lemon is there for the late game. He has the breach and he has everything. All 5 members of Vega Esports are there, waiting for the drop, waiting for the plant to go down. This is where Machine Soldiers, this is what I said at the timeout. They walk into MS. And Lemon, he's got a great. He's playing patiently. will get the kill. He's going to swing for a second. He does find one. 2v3 now. He won't find the third. As Sinji takes him out with 1v3 now for Creed left to got a shot. He won't find one. Diffuser down. 25 seconds on the clock. Creed. Diffuser is going to be in hand, but the moment Aston drops, they know that. He's got the bomb. He's got it down in sight. And now Momo's dropped. The timer's all gone down. He's got the cam. One diffuser, he knows he can swing. He's got everything. He's got time. It's the game on the line here. Vega Esports have possibly thrown this. Well, be forced to go for he doesn't even have a diffuser. It's unwinnable as Creed has managed to 1v3 clutch this. What a way to end this out for Machine Soldiers. The champions from last season win it out confidently. And there's no chance that they threw that 1v3 from Lemon being stuck in that corner. From Creed with the 1v3 with the cam out, and that's what I said in the timeout. They walk into MS's defense. They walk into it, and it's a clean, easy win for MS.
Yep, very easy win for MS. A very exciting day for them. For Vega, it is back to the drawing board yet again. How many times are we gonna have to say that? Because
Yeah, back to the
it has not been a good season for them. They are most likely going to be relegated once the season ends, and I don't think that we can keep a straight face and beat around the bush anymore. I don't even think their fans can as well. The interesting thing about that last round was obviously Lemon's position, but Creed able to get the 1v3 clutch. And not only that, but there was a lot of red pings to support him when he was spraying through the smoke and he was able to get those kills. And we spoke about the lack of intel on Villa, and then we briefly spoke about how we weren't mentioning it in Oregon for a specific reason. And that's because both teams, I felt like, were really good in that intel game and in the U2 stages, more so for MS, especially when it came to late round situations where they were saving their utility for the late round push that Vega Esports were going to enact on them. And I think back to that basement round where it was like a 3v a 2v4, 2v3 or something like that. 2v4, and what Machine Soldiers, they still had a lot of utility on the board in order to stop that push in the last few seconds. The smoke grenades, the nitro cells, everything lined up in order to stop Vega Esports from entering the site, and they did it again here on Oregon. But I digress. It is the full 3 points for Machine Soldiers. They pushed themselves up into fifth place, above QVG and just under Laburnum. Laburnum sit in fourth and QVG now in sixth. And it is their second win of the season for Machine Soldiers as they remain undefeated. But I think that'll be all for me, and I think that'll be all for Squishy. It has been an amazing cast for us because, again, we both expected MS to win, but they did it in such a dominant fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I did say at the start, it's going to be one team dominating. Villa, yeah, quite rough for winning 7-5, I believe. But I mean, winning 7-3, it's not much of a difference. I mean, yeah, 2 rounds, sort of difference in the short term, but in the long term, it was a dominant performance of MS. And that last round, I mean, you had the time out, Vega. You had the time. Could have sorted yourself out, but I mean, Machine Soldiers, their momentum did not stop throughout the start of the round to the last round. I mean, from the dominant first defense on Villa to the last solid defense. I'm just looking back at it now. I mean, Creed's class was pretty phenomenal. But as I said, the utility which they have in the late game is a lot very much needed. And that's enough from me. That's all from me, actually. And me and 1B casting for you once again as we did on Wednesday. And with only the Major League game today. Hopefully it was good. Best of two, which you saw today. Oregon and Villa. And MS taking it 2-0. That's been me. That's been 1B. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.
All right, 1B. Bye bye.